Welcome to James A. Garfield Historic Site. I'm Patricia Coyle. I'm an interpreter guide, and I've worked here for 8 years. This is my 8th year. I want to talk to you today about death masks. This is a death mask and hand of James A. Garfield. They're made out of bronze. The death mask weighs 7.5 pounds, and the hand weighs 2.5 pounds. It was common practice up into the 20th century for moments before or after death for a person to have a plaster impression made of his face so that those plaster impressions could be used later for portraits or statues. The family contacted a very famous sculptor, Auguste St. Gaudens, to make a death mask of Garfield shortly after he died. Now, St. Gaudens would have started by putting lard all over the face, and then he would have painted layers of plaster over this. When the plaster dried, he would have removed the mold, taken it back to his studio, and created a mold that he could use to cast the bronze. The family asked, after the bronze was made, that they destroy the last mold because they didn't want anybody else to make a copy of it. Auguste St. Gaudens was a American, born in Ireland, but he spent his time in America. He was famous for his monuments to Civil War heroes such as William Tecumseh Sherman. He designed the $20 double eagle gold coin as well as the $10 Indian head coin. Probably one of the most famous death masks is that of the Pharaoh of Egypt, King Tutankhamun. Other famous people who've had death masks made were Shakespeare, Washington, Napoleon, Lincoln, Lenin, Beethoven. Before photography was much in vogue, people used death masks for forensic tools. The coroner would make a death mask of an unidentified body, keep the death mask, and bury the body. And then when the family came looking for its missing person, they could identify it through the death mask. My favorite story, of course, is about the beautiful 20-year-old French woman who died, drowned in the Seine, and she was so beautiful that they made copies of her death mask and they were hung all over Paris in different living rooms. In 1960, when they were creating the first rescue CPR dummy, they used the face of this beautiful French girl, and that's who we see on the rescue dummies today. Thank you.